Welcome to From Rome Info video. This is Brother Alexis Spagnolo. I'm at the Piazza San Pietro, and I'm going to visit and pay my respects to the Holy Father, Pope Benedict, his mortal remains. And this is not live, it's recorded, but I hope to be able to capture everything. Let's see. Scusate, dove entro per la fila? Sì. They want us all to go through security to enter the piazza of St. Peter.
C'è bambino, cosa? Cosa? Bambino gesto. Gli auguri a Cleo. Dovrebbero farli scendere. Passo prima io? Sì. Passo la sera,
Sì, non sono le scarpe.
La sigaretta, il chiodo, la voce. Ora me la cambio dietro, non io lungo, ora dovrei farmi prendi la punta del passeggero.
The crowds here are tremendous. This is the moment in which the faithful of Rome can vote with her feet. They come in here in tremendous numbers. This might convince the cardinals to put an end to this obscene show.
Guardate che la fila continua qua, se siamo onesti, Però dovrebbe
Cioè, io ho chiesto al carabiniere e mi ha detto vai sotto l'albero e io sarebbe sotto l'albero.
Noi abbiamo fatto tutto il giro, saperlo prima. Vabbè. Ya, pero ¿sabes qué pasa? Que porque me parece que ya no
In Italy is still very traditional. When someone that is their friend or family passes away, they drop everything and come out in huge numbers to the funeral, to the wake. This is especially true in southern Italy, but it is most particularly true here at Rome for the death of a Roman pontiff. So this is a unique event. People will remember this for the rest of their lives, that they were here at this moment. And so we expect the whole city to come out, and people are already coming from other parts of the world. I just heard someone from Argentina next to me, and people coming from Poland and all kinds of parts of Italy. They traveled all night long on buses, trains, and planes for this moment. And I'd say security is pretty light. They're allowing the people to enter at a rapid pace because there's just so many of them. For those who don't know the Vatican, here is the Christmas creche, the Christmas tree, the obelisk erected by Pius V, Pope Pius V. That is not, well, it looks like an obelisk, but as you can see, it has no Egyptian hieroglyphs. At the top, there is a reliquary of the True Cross, and it was the art of the period to use stone in those shapes. There's the Basilica of St. Peter, constructed by, designed by Michelangelo and Bernini, and the huge dome that's on top. You can see the cross. Above the facade are the statues of Christ carrying the cross, John the Baptist, St. Andrew, St. Peter. Various important figures in church history. Then around the colonnade we see famous persons. Here I believe there's saints. Over here there's apostles. Many ask, why is there a colonnade here in St. Peter's? But you have to understand that before the invention of the automobile, everyone traveled by horses. So they needed a place to wait for their carriage. So this colonnade was like a huge travel station where clerics or individuals or tourists would arrive in their carriages, and then they'd be able to walk in a rainstorm to the Vatican in the covering of the colonnade. So it had a very practical use. There's some very beautiful fountains here, which are fed by Roman aqueduct. And here is the papal apartments. And when a pope gives his talk on Wednesday, his Angelus address, it's usually from a window on the top floor of this building. It was until Benedict XVI was the last pope who lived in the Apostolic Palace, and so he would be seen frequently from that window. There's an urban myth going on, and it's very common. I wanted to dispel it, in which a video showing Pope Francis at this window, in one moment he disappeared, and they said, well, it was a hologram. No, there's a curtain there, and so as you pass through the curtain, you seem to disappear, which is not the case. Now, the Basilica of St. Peter has balconies on the second floor, you can see, And it is from that central balcony that when a pope is elected that he comes forth with the cardinals around him and he is announced to the world. And that's right under the word Burgesses. Okay. So the inscription on the basilica in Latin says, in honor of the Prince of the Apostles, Paul V, that is Pope Paul V, Burgesses, the Roman pontiff, built this in the year 1612, I think it says. 1612. And here we see his shield, crowned by the papal tiara. The Roman pontiffs in history, whenever they built buildings, inscribed it with their name and their shield as a way of commemorating their pontificate, because many diverse families, usually of nobles, vied for the papacy, and so each one would want to be remembered who it was who built that building or raised that structure. That's a very Italian thing. In Italian culture, even in Roman culture, the show of your family's largesse in public works was the way of building a reputation, and which is very constructive for civilization because it leaves for public use some of the most beautiful structures ever built in Western civilization. It wasn't money for money's sake back then. Here you can see the chairs are being arranged for the papal mass on Thursday for the burial of Pope Benedict XVI. And in the far corner over there, you can see the tent that's been set up for the journalists who will be covering this. Here you can see some machinery erecting the high altar. Flanking the basilica on each side of the statues of St. Peter and Paul. There's St. Peter, and here is St. Paul holding the sword. It used to be that if you went through a side door, you could go up an elevator and go to the Dome of St. Peter. As you can see, the Dome of St. Peter has not turned black. That's another internet myth. And it hasn't changed color overnight since Benedict died. That they were working on it for the last couple of years, and they used acid to clean it, which they shouldn't have done. So it doesn't have the color of copper because it's plated in copper, and it's supposed to look bright golden or at least a lovely kind of a copper green. And if you notice at the very top of the cupola of St. Peter's, you see a sort of a crown. For that's the crown of St. Peter. And then up above that, you have a cross on a gold globe. And that shows that Christ has authority over the whole world. And especially his vicar on earth has the royal authority of Christ in governing the church. In comparison with other events, I'd say we are moving at a very rapid pace to enter the cathedral, to the Basilica of St. Peter. So this might seem like a long wait to you, but it's actually being done quite efficiently today.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Sí, nosotros estamos entrando a San Pedro, pero creo que no pero mi hermana porque la clase social es pero yo me preguntaba a ustedes dónde están. Ustedes van a salir de esta No, la fila
Ho fatto in 15 minuti sto al piscione.
Ma io posso andare
Ho il dubbio anch'io, però vediamo. Sì, non so. Sicuramente non è che puoi stare dentro ad ammirare, cioè dovrai passare e andare, però almeno la mettere in mezzo. Comunque è il meglio che possiamo ottenere oggi, vediamo che c'è. Oh, c'ha ragione.
Dai, potrebbe ancora salire una scala.
Come va avanti thriller erano abbagliati.
Vabbè, io...
Benvenuti qua. Sto scherzando, io ho una cucina sola, c'ho una cucina sola, mangiamo un po' di 57 secondi.
Oh, scusate.
Va bene. fermate, cazzo, continuate a camminare.
Posso dilagare un po' per i miei seguaci su YouTube?
Da quella parte di passaggio proprio, passa e va via. Avanti, avanti. Un saluto e basta. Deve chiedere in fondo a te. Avanti.
Avanti, signori, grazie senza fermarsi.
Scusami. Non ho voluto.
Prego, senza fermarci.
Avanti, grazie.
Avanti, grazie, avanti. Avanti, please. Avanti, grazie, avanti. Avanti. Avanti, prego.
Avanti per favore, non fermarsi, grazie.
Avanti, per cortesia.
Io sono non passo qui.
This is the side altar of John Paul II. I hope all of you who don't have a chance to come here to Rome and pay respects to the Holy Father Appreciate this video. Share it with friends and family. And while you're watching, say a rosary for the repose of the soul of Pope Benedict. Spero che tutti voi che non avete avuto l'opportunità di venire qua e mostrare rispetto a Papa Benedetto possano diffondere questo video e chiedere le famiglie, gli amici e colleghi dire un rosario durante guardarlo per il riposo dell'anima di Papa Benedetto. Mi chiamo Frate Alexis Bagnola, questo è stato un servizio di fromrome.info, un giornale elettronico su Roma, Italia, Vaticano Notizie. My name is Brother Alexis Bagnola, and this has been a transmission of FromRome.info, an electronic journal for news and commentary about Rome, Italy, and the Catholic Church. I am publishing reports 4 times a day, twice in English and twice in Italian. Please come to FromRome.info to follow all the news from Rome. Pubblico 4 servizi ogni giorno, 2 in italiano, 2 in inglese, quindi vi invito di venire a FromRome.info per maggiori informazioni.